And so, under Hamza Yusuf's new anti-human rights bill, we have had our first person getting marched down to the police station. And it was a little old lady, and it was a bogus complaint, because of course it was. They were going to handcuff me. Pensioner holds back tears as she recalls hate crime arrest. The Scottish Government has introduced a new law against using hateful slurs. Yes, they have. Well, it goes a lot deeper than that. You're not allowed to even criticise a group if it might stir up hatred against them. You're not allowed to criticise the protected classes now. A pensioner has been left feeling very emotional after she was wrongly accused of breaking Scottish hate crime law and taken to the police station. Morag McDougall Brown, 74, says she has endured 2 years of abuse from a nightmare neighbour and then one day received a knock on the door from the police. Speaking to Nana Akua on GB News, she said, on Tuesday morning, two officers appeared at my door and that I knew them from previous incidents where had been here. What is that? Word salad. What the hell was that? They said they were here to arrest me, and when I asked why, they couldn't tell me because a lot of the time the police know why they've been sent to get you, but see, because it's a new law, they're too afraid to say specifically why. They're too afraid to say specifically why in case they get it wrong. That's a real thing, by the way. They said they would need to take me to an interview room at a police station, and all they could say was there had been an allegation. There's been an allegation. And all that. Like, at that point, lawyer, immediately. There's been an allegation, right? That's fine, lawyer. Like, we'll wait until my lawyer is available and can come down to the police station. And basically, see, as soon as you say, I'm not talking to you without a lawyer, there's jack shit they can do about that. Unless you are actually being arrested with intent to charge the crime, like, you just say, I want my lawyer. If I'm being taken down to the police station, that's fine. Let's reschedule for a day where my lawyer is available. Like, that's the best thing that you can do. Not that it will help much, because, I mean, as we've seen, especially recently, when it comes to you getting taken to court over your speech rights, you're going to get found guilty because that's the way they've structured it. I was unaware of what was happening to me. I asked them what would happen if I didn't come. They said we'd need to handcuff you. Okay, well, that's technically not true unless they actually intend to charge her with the crime. Man, that's just a little scare tactic they use to scare you into coming to the police station and talking to them without a lawyer. The pensioner went on to explain that the police officers were very nice to her because they knew about harassment, abuse, etc. that she had endured. After she was taken to Kilmarnock police station, she was searched before being taken to an interview room where they finally told her that she was accused of a hate crime. She said, I hadn't even spoken to her. I'd seen her that day out in the back garden and she was pulling down my rose bush, so I took a photograph from the kitchen window. I never went out the door. So she must have thought I was going to report, and she's phoned the police and made up this lie that I called her an awful name. So de Blassie obviously went, "Oh no, I've been caught, so I'm going to call the police." Like when you hit your sibling, or your sibling hits you, and you're like, and what they do is they run to mum and dad and say and accuse you of something even worse, so that they get away with what they did to you. It was like that. That's what the person did. And obviously, this new hate crime law gave a fantastic reason and excellent excuse for people to do that, which is something that we warned would happen. But this absolute genius right here fucking did not care. I hate him. Oh god, I hate him. It's just this man's going to annihilate the entire country. He's going to destroy Scotland. I can't wait. The next election, I want a snap election. I want a snap election in Scotland. We need him out. We need him gone. This man cannot have power. It's a matter of survival now, man. This guy's going to fucking have all of us in fucking camps. If he could, he fucking would. Nana said, well, that's awful. I mean, obviously, she's not here to defend herself, so we won't talk too much about her. We are more concerned about you, Morag, so finally, how ridiculous do you think these Scottish hate crime laws are? She said, I think it's awful because she could maybe do that tomorrow and I could be taken away again because they said they can't interview me in my own home because of the new law. And that is another thing, basically. Hate crime law is classed as serious. It's classed as a serious crime, which means that you don't just get taken down to the police station, processed and all that, and then just like let out and never. They keep you in until your court date. They keep you in. It's not just a case of they'll have a chat to you at your front door. They have to take you down to the station. But you can still turn around and say, well, I'm not doing that without a lawyer. And just say, you can take me down to the station. I'm not going to talk to you without a lawyer, which is your right. You do have a right to a lawyer. They had to take me to a police station where I was searched. I was read my rights. Then it was only in the interview room that they told me it was an allegation that my neighbour had made an allegation that my neighbour had made a complaint and said that I had called her that name. In a statement reported by The Sun, Police Scotland said a 74-year-old woman was arrested on Tuesday, 9th of April 2024 in connection with a report of verbal abuse in the Harbour Road area of Troon on Monday, 8th of April 2024. She was released without charge. Officers confirmed that there was a hate crime element to the call-out, but said that the arrest was made under pre-existing laws which deal with threatening and abusive behaviour. So there we are, we've had our very first little old lady marched down to the police station and it was over a bogus complaint. And there's already shit tons of bogus. A lot of people think that it's the bogus complaints are just a lot of people who like poll and stuff like that, so reporting Hamza Yusuf, which, to be honest, I think they're completely right to do. That was, in fact, a racist speech that he made in Parliament because he hates white people. But in regards to this, yeah, you're going to get bogus complaints all the time. Is there a right-winger that you don't like? Fucking just point the finger at him and he'll get dragged out to the fucking pond and thrown in and it's alright. If he drowns, it's alright, that means he wasn't racist. Right? Fucking, that's the way it is. Racists float. Racists weigh the same as a duck. Do you know that? Like, that's what we're getting to. Like, Hamza Yusuf was told specifically that this would turn Scotland into Salem, where everyone would just fucking make up any bullshit about anyone they had a problem with and try and get them arrested and get them harassed. Or even just try and get all of their fucking electronic equipment impounded, because that's what happens as well. They immediately come in and seize your electronics to go in and look for all the fucking racism that you have stored on a hard drive somewhere. And that is what people are going to do. That's the way it's going forward, turning neighbour against neighbour. This is part of the plan. Right? Vexatious fucking complaints. And what I know, the thing that's going to be hilarious is, see the woman who made the complaint, who actually made the bogus complaint, probably nothing is going to happen to her. Nothing's going to happen to her because she was doing the right thing as far as Big Hums is concerned. Snitch on your neighbours, good citizen. If there's someone you don't like, just make any old shit up. And even though this is any old shit getting made up, it probably got recorded as an actual hate crime incident. The woman probably still had a non-crime hate incident recorded on her. And all that as well, recorded in a little profile. What an absolutely shitty thing to do to a little old lady. Like, did the police officers feel chuffed? Did they feel happy about that? Did they like that? That you went down and had to arrest a little old lady and drag her down to the station because of something that some, protected, privileged class person, I'm going to assume, made up. Does that make you feel good? Is that what you thought you'd be doing? I'm going to catch criminals. You're fucking dragging little old women. Dude, I'm laughing. It's fucking terrible, right? But if I don't laugh, I'll fucking cry. Like, however, I have heard from many serving police officers that they fucking hate this shit. They hate this shit. A lot of them are not voting SNP. That's one thing I've learned as well. A lot of them are not voting SNP. But for the same story as Labour, the same story as what's happening to the Tories, where it's like, it's not that people have switched to Labour. People just don't want to vote for the Tories, and that's the same story that's happened in Scotland, where no one's switching to Labour or Tories, people are just not going to vote for the SNP. But I mean, literally anyone else but Hamza. Genuinely, I can't wait for the next election. I need him gone. He is making me genuinely consider leaving the country. Genuinely, because yeah, it's not going to be very... See, if you're conservative right-wing and you actually give a shit about your country and your people, people are like, you're a full-blown fucking Mosley Hitler, right? And I was like, no, see, even if you're a generic normal person that's held the same political opinions as all of your ancestors have over the last, few thousand years, it's not safe for you. It's not safe for you because, unfortunately, we have an absolute totalitarian in charge. One who, if he fucking could get away with it, absolutely would put you in a camp. Yes, the guy's an absolute monster, and this next election cannot come soon enough.